This is crypto!
Didn't I tell you yesterday when Peter Schiff wanted to buy Bitcoin that was a top? Didn't I tell you? What up, Crypto Warriors? It's Sergeant Crypto back at it again. It is Tuesday, the 23rd of February, 2021, and the market is in a friggin' sea of red. A sea of red, folks, and it's just dropping. There's a few coins that are up. We have Cosmos that's up. We have Solana that's up, and a few more coins down the bottom, but I'm not going to scroll all the way down. If you were happy with Bitcoin at 58K, then you should be happy with Bitcoin at 30K, at 20K. Doesn't matter. If you're dollar cost averaging, then it shouldn't matter. If you are a great trader, then it shouldn't matter, because guess what? You saw this coming and you traded accordingly, and now you're making money on the way down. People are making money during bad times as well as during good times. Let's get into it. We got this coming from Cointelegraph. Here it is. I wanted to go over this one first. Tether to report reserves and pay $18.5 million fine after settlement with New York AG. New York AG means New York Attorney Gangster, not New York Attorney General, but New York Attorney Gangster. They basically they're shaking down Tether, so to speak, and it worked. Tether has to report to them over the next couple of years, every quarter, how much money they're making. And not only that, they have to promise to stay out of New York. So New York residents cannot use Tether. Who cares? I'll still be able to use Tether on foreign exchanges. You know why? Because I have a VPN. Let's get into it. Bitfinex and Tether settled with the New York AG office in the landmark case against Tether. New York authorities alleged that Tether misrepresented the degree to which USDT coins were backed with or by federal fiat collateral. Have we ever audited the Fed? Remember, the Federal Reserve is a private bank. The Federal Reserve is a private bank. It has nothing to do with the federal government, and they do not keep cash reserves. They could print currency at the flick of a switch and at any time. However, the federal government cannot. Okay? The federal government cannot audit them. They're a private bank. They don't have the reserves, but yet they're not getting audited. A private bank, a private company. We have a private company in the likes of Bitfinex and Tether, right? And they have to be audited, and they have to pay fines, and they have to answer to the New York gangsters. All right. If you guys don't see the shenanigans in this or the hypocrisy that's happening, then, stay sleeping. All right, the settlement requires Bitfinex and Tether to pay $18.5 million for damages to New York State, as well as submit to periodic reporting of their reserves. Again, it's a shakedown. It is a shakedown. If you've watched mob movies, you've watched The Godfather, or you've watched Goodfellas, you've watched The Sopranos, okay? You've watched Broadwalk Empire, Billions, American Gangster. It's a shakedown, people. This is what's happening, right? And it's legally happening, okay? The terms of the settlement mandate Bitfinex and Tether to report their current reserve status and budget, or it says budge, but budge, any transaction between the two companies, as well as provide public reports for the specific composition of their cash and non-cash reserves. The report will need to be submitted each quarter for the next 2 years. And that's just a way for them to say, okay, well, you guys are making X amount of dollars, or if you've made X amount of dollars this past quarter, now you have to pay us moving forward. You have to pay us if you make too much money this quarter. All right. Where is this $18.5 million going, by the way? Where is it going? Does anybody want to audit the New York AG? Like, where is this money going? Is it going to fund public schools? Is it going to, fund summer programs for children in the city? Like, where is this money going? Right? That's what I really want to know. Finally, the settlement also requires Bitfinex and Tether to stop servicing customers in New York, in the state of New York. Like, who cares? No one in the U.S. could use Tether anyway, like that. You know what I mean? Like, so who cares? It doesn't matter. All right. And anyway, if you really want to use Tether, you know what? I'm not even gonna go there. But you have a VPN, you friggin' figure it out. As previously reported by Cointelegraph, a lawsuit by the New York gangsters alleged that tethers were not fully backed by reserves at certain times. You know why they knew it wasn't fully backed? Because they froze Tether's or Bitfinex bank account. They froze their bank accounts at different banks in different locations in different countries around the world. So this is how they know for a fact that they weren't backed by the reserves that they were claiming. The Fed, the New York AG, they froze the bank account of Tether. I'm not going to get into it. You guys could research it yourself. Please just do a quick Google search and you'll see it. All right, it's there. And they froze their bank account of up to $850 million, right? It's right here. Bitfinex is alleged to have opened a line of credit with Tether to repay an $850 million shortfall from the failure of its former partner, Crypto Capital Corp. And what happened was, again, the New York AG, or Federal Reserve, the U.S. government, period, froze their bank account and stopped them from being able to transact and do business. So this is how they knew for a fact between a certain period of time that they weren't backed one-to-one with the amount that they were claiming. Let's just read this statement right here. It's coming from, Tether, a spokesperson, told Cointelegraph that the company is pleased to have reached a settlement of legal proceedings. They continued, under the terms of the settlement, we admit no wrongdoing. So they admit no wrongdoing, but they still have to pay a fine. This is how corrupt these gangsters of New York are. The Federal Reserve, again, a private bank. This is how gangster they are. All right. The settlement amount we have agreed to pay to the Attorney General's office should be viewed as a measure of our desire to put this matter behind us and focus on our business. We are pleased that our customers have shown loyalty and commitment to our businesses over the past 2 years while this investigation was ongoing. And you want to know how gangster Tether is? I'll show you on Twitter. Next. State Bank of India joins JP Morgan's blockchain payments network. Didn't India just ban Bitcoin? But now they want to join a blockchain payments network? Well, let's get into this. The State Bank of India, or SBI, a major Indian government-owned bank, is looking to improve cross-border payments with a blockchain solution by American investment bank JP Morgan Chase. Bitcoin solves this. People are already doing cross-border remittances with their family members from Western countries back to India, from Western countries back to Pakistan, from Western countries back to anywhere else in the world. Bitcoin already solves this issue. There's no need for a private blockchain, which is just a database, a glorified database system, okay, from JP Morgan Chase, whom, by the way, didn't they just come out and say that Bitcoin is still like a bubble, and JP Morgan is still spreading Bitcoin FUD? It's like it's 2017 all over again. Meanwhile, they're either developing their own quote unquote blockchain or still buying Bitcoin. Don't listen to what they say, watch what they do. Do not listen to what they say, watch what they do. All right? This is just too funny. I'm not going to get too deep into this, but you already know. It's more of the same. They come out, they scam it, they FUD it, and then they try to implement their own system, which is just a private database. It's not going to work. Next, we have, I'm sorry, I should have had this pulled up, but Federal Reserve of Richmond hires self-described crypto nerd TD Ameritrade's former head of digital assets, Sun Yan. I'm gonna get it right. Sun Anna to Teja has joined the Federal Reserve System as its chief innovator officer. All right, so ST, I'm gonna just go with ST, is the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond's chief innovation officer. The Richmond Fed oversees the DMV area, which is DC, Maryland, Virginia. Okay, and ST is a bigger believer in Bitcoin and crypto. This is just their way of, in my opinion, just trying to get a handle on this Bitcoin situation. All right, but there is no situation here. Bitcoin is here to stay, and he he's going to go in and is it a he? I think it's a he. He's going to go in and let them know that, hey, Bitcoin is here to stay. You really can't control it. Just join the network and have an open blockchain to your Federal Reserve System. That's ultimately what I think will happen. But the major big story today was Tether and the fact that the New York AG or the New York attorney gangsters basically have pressed, squeezed Tether and Bitfinex to get their share, what they feel is their fair share of them making money. All right, that's what really happened today. And if your dollar cost averaging, price is just noise. This is just noise. Get your piece of the network. This is like getting a piece of TCP/IP or getting a piece of HTTPS. Okay, when you use the internet, when you send email, if you were able to own a piece of that network, you'll be a trillionaire right now, because everyone around the world use TCP/IP and HTTPS. Okay, so that's the way you got to see it. Get your piece of the network. Thanks for watching. Smash the like. Let's talk about it in the comment section below. It's Sergeant Crypto, and I'm out. Peace.